Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV Premier League. Today, they will have a meeting to see what is going to happen with the league. If there's going to be a Premier League lockdown for the next couple of weeks. A couple of games have been postponed. Chelsea wanted their game postponed with Wolves. It didn't get postponed. Premier League rejected that. And look, I think where the Premier League are at the moment is that they want to keep the league going. Look, essentially, this is the festive period. They want their money, and look, I don't really blame them, to be honest. We all want to see football. And now, is it what's best for now? Is it what's best for the next couple of weeks? That's up for debate, up for people's opinions. Everyone will have their opinions about that situation. But look, guys, let's talk about transfer rumours, right? Cavani, that's been a regular talking point now, that he might leave Manchester United in January to go to Barcelona for an 18-month contract. It's still not, of course, it can't be confirmed because the January transfer windows are not open yet. But it seems to be even more likely now. And look, like I said, I think Cavani going is a big loss for us, especially within the next 6 months. Because, look, this second half of the league, we're going to have another 2 games that we need to play, Brentford and Brighton. We have the Champions League coming up versus Atletico. And I feel like Cavani and Ronaldo are the perfect players to be played in those sort of games. I feel like they complement each other a lot more on the pitch, more so than what Rashford and Ronaldo have done in the last couple of weeks. I think their experience would take us very far. Their fight. And I feel like, look, not that Rashford and Greenwood and these guys don't have that sort of drive or that sort of desire to do well and get as far as we can. But I feel like Cavani and Ronaldo have a different type of experience that you won't get anywhere else. And look, it's a shame because I think even regardless of that, I think in terms of if we're looking at the skills and what make them amazing strikers, these guys are world class. And I feel like if you take away Cavani and Ronaldo, what are you left with? You're left with a world-class centre-back in Varane, and that's pretty much it. You don't have any more world-class players. You have great players like Sancho and Van de Beek and Bruno Fernandes, but I wouldn't say they're world-class just yet. So I think, there's a slight difference in that sort of thing. And these games, these Champions League games, the FA Cup, if we get far in it, these players will make that difference. So, look, if Cavani goes, it's a big shame. I feel like that, they complement so well, Ronaldo and Cavani up front, and it's a shame, but we have to see what happens. Lingard, again, another player who I did think was going to leave in January, but it just came out today. David Ornstein said that, look, Lingard is going to stay until the summer, try and regain his spot in the team. And again, look, after that performance against Young Boys, I thought, mate, he's clearly not here. He's played terribly. And look, Jesse's is not doing himself any favours to have a spot in the team anyway. You know what I mean? So with Lingard, it's a shame because I feel like, look, this has happened before with West Ham, and Newcastle had an interest in him. And at this point, Lingard is not going to get a spot in the team. He's not. Look at the players in front of him. Van de Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Pogba's set to come back. Even if he wants to play on the wing, you got Rashford, you got Sancho, he's not going to get a space in the team. And I feel like if he's going to go in the summer for free, you might as well try and get him out in January. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't want to leave, he doesn't want to leave. But he's not going to get any first-team football. He's going to be a bench player at best. So with Lingard, we have to see what happens there. But look, another player, Martial. Martial, I think a player... Look, one striker is going to go, right? One of them is going to go. If it's Cavani, if it's Martial... There was even rumours of Greenwood going to Arsenal, which was absolutely jokes. But I think if it's anyone, it's going to be Martial. Because... Look, I think Cavani, I don't know, but I think it could be a 50-50 at this point in January. I highly doubt both of them go. I think one of them will go. I think a midfielder will go in, Jesse Lingard perhaps. Van de Beek is yet to stay. I did see that apparently Rangnick rates Van de Beek very highly and he doesn't want him to go in January. Look, but then again, this goes back to the same thing about Van de Beek. Is Van de Beek here because he's seen as a number 10? Is he here because, he will need him in case we get injuries? I don't know. We've got McTominay and Fred, only players we have in that pivot position. And in that case, look, Van de Beek is going to be played in games where he's going to come off the bench and he's not going to be a regular first-team player. And look, Pogba's going to come back. He probably will be fitted in that more attacking role unless he plays in the pivot with Fred. So we need to see what really happens with Van de Beek. I feel like Van de Beek at this point is seen as a number 10. And I feel like he's going to come on for Bruno Fernandes in most games or Sancho. So, look, Van de Beek, he's going to stay now probably. Martial, I feel like Martial's going to go. Rumours of him going to Juventus. I think that's a good move for him. I think Martial's got a great potential to be a very good striker. And not that, not that him being here is because we do, and then him not playing is because the manager doesn't want him to play. I feel like it's a case of we've got way too many players, way too many talented players, and I feel like another team, Martial, gets, regular first team football, whether it's Juventus, whether it's another team in the Premier League or in La Liga or whatever. I think Martial definitely gets a regular start in those sort of teams. So more players that are rumoured. I mean, that Greenwood one was a joke. Greenwood is not going to leave. And look, even if he left at one point, he wouldn't go to Arsenal. And I feel like Greenwood is so young. We shouldn't be relying on this sort of player to do bits on the pitch. We've got so many players, so much experience. And that's why, like I said, Cavani is a big miss. Greenwood, Ronaldo up front. We have to see if that connection works. These are very two similar types of strikers. But the fact that Greenwood has actually been used by Rangnick in the number 10 position, he's come off the bench for Sancho a lot of the time. Is he trying to develop him into a more of a 10/number 9 where he can create and he can, score goals? I think that's very beneficial for him. He's a 20-year-old. He needs to learn that difference between just shooting and passing and being more creative, because Greenwood, we've seen in loads of games where he's got that opportunity to pass and create and he just chooses to shoot and it flops majorly. So we'll have to see what Rangnick has there, because I think Rangnick is definitely planning to use Greenwood as more as a number 10 and develop him into that clinical striker as his body builds and as he becomes better as a player in the next few years. And look, Greenwood is probably going to stay, but I wouldn't be surprised if Greenwood at one point, if he's not getting regular first team football, if he decides to leave and go somewhere else, because he's so young. He knows he's going to be a regular first team player in a different team as well. And that's it. We'll have to see what happens. Look, and again, more talks of more midfielders. Haidara, Calvin Phillips was mentioned. Again, I feel like we're going to get a midfielder in January. I feel like there's something coming, and we can't just rely on like Fred for the rest of the season. We've got so many games coming up. We've got these 2 games we need to play, Brentford and Brighton, in January or February, or whenever they decide to reschedule it. We've got Champions League, we've got the FA Cup. Too many games, right? And we can't just rely on the same midfielders. And look, Matic in that system, for me, he's not the sort of midfielder we need in that sort of system. We're playing very high intensive football, energetic, quick passing. Matic is not the guy for that, in my opinion. Again, Van der Beek could be used if we don't get a midfielder in that position in January, but I feel like we will. So, again, if we're looking at the fullbacks, Delo and Tellers, if that was a month ago, 2 ago, I'd be saying one of those are going to go on loan somewhere, and I was thinking it'd probably be Delo. But if we're looking at it, it looks like Delo is going to be keeping his fullback position. I feel like with Telles and Luke Shaw, I think that's more of a 50-50 now in the new system, in Rangnick's system. I feel like that could be either or. Now with Wan-Bissaka, I don't think Wan-Bissaka's got his first team spot, in this team anymore. I feel like in this system, Delo is way more effective than Wan-Bissaka going forward. I think even defensively, it will hide more of Delo's weaknesses defensively, because I feel like in this system we're going to be pressing high up, we're going to be counter pressing. It's only a really major mistake is going to leave Delo wide open and then leaving the fullbacks, leaving the centre backs exposed. And look, at the end of the day, we should be playing some sort of football where we have most of the possession, like a South City play, like Liverpool, like Chelsea play. But it's going to take time, and the fact that this lockdown thing, this COVID thing is coming into play, it's a real shame, because it's really, it's slowing us down. So it's a shame. But look, guys, I'm really hoping that the football gets going in the next week. I hope we play Newcastle on the 27th. And I just want to see us play football, man. And I watched the City game yesterday. Complete domination, the way they just dominated that game. I mean, look, we need to see what happens. But guys, make sure to let me know what you guys think about the transfers, who you expect to go, who you would like to get. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.